Hi everyone, this is Maria from bemisreviewsbooks.com. Welcome to the October edition of Book Chat, where I discuss the latest book reviews that are now up on the blog and also summarize what I'm currently reading. So let's get started. The Middle Class Comeback by Mooner Moon. I have now finished this book and the book review is up on bemisreviewsbooks.com. The theme of this book is a middle class resurgence led by women, technology, and millennials. Moon presents a number of pen and paper ideas, all which sound very good, very positive. The overall message of the book is a positive one, and I really like that because everything we've heard about the middle class since the recession is that the middle class is a aging dinosaur on the verge of extinction. It's going away. This book gives a very different message, and for that alone, I really recommend reading it. The thing about the change that Moon presents in the book is that it's going to occur by default, and it's going to occur a lot more slowly than many of us would like to see. As a new order takes place, I think many of the old ways of doing things are going to fall away naturally. I just believe that in the meantime, we are in for a long wait. Change happens slowly and over time. However, his ideas are good. I thought that they were solid, and BRB rating on this book is a read it. Next book up, Only Daughter by Anna Snoekstra, Snoekstra. I briefly mentioned this book last month. I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into the plot line. So this book is about a young woman. She assumes the identity of a missing girl who disappeared 11 years ago. This new imposter attempts to seamlessly integrate into her new life while not giving herself away. The lead officer on the case reopens the case and is doggedly pursuing her to find out what happened. She looks enough like the original girl Beck, who was taken when she was 16, so that most people are fooled. Not everyone, though, and that does come up later in the book. This book is told in alternating voices. So the voice of young Beck, B-E-C, and her present-day replacement. Back and forth, we come to realize just how disturbing and strange Beck's family really is. And there's a lot of questions around the mother, the father, and also Beck's two brothers, twin brothers. What happened to Beck will finally be revealed, but what about the new girl? Does she make it out okay? You're going to have to read to find out. BRB rating on this book is a read it. It's interesting. It's a psychological thriller, and I think it's a really fun read. Definitely, if you've got the time, pick this one up. Next book up is called The Next by Stephanie Gangi, Gangi. Publication date on this book is October 18th, 2016. So this book is ready to hit publication just in time. This is a great book. I loved this book. It totally original plot line. The way that she writes it is gorgeous. I love her writing. It's a haunting tale about a ghost revenge and ultimately the power of love and letting go. Terminally ill Joanna DeAngelis is at the end of her life, and she is very obsessed. Can I use the qualifier with the word obsessed? She's unbelievably obsessed with her ex, Ned. Ned had left her during a very critical point in her life with no explanation, just left her high and dry. He basically ghosted her. That was pretty bad, Ned. Joanne gets her revenge on Ned a la Afterlife style. Her two daughters, Joanna's daughters, in the meantime, fight to adjust to their mother's death. There's a lot of stuff about the daughters' lives and where they're going, so that's an interesting sidebar. Joanna had a dog, and the intense loyalty of animals, in particular dogs, figures very prominently in this book. If you are an animal lover, you will love this part of the story. This is a beautiful story about finding one's way with a very strong, better late than never tone. And the uplifting message in this book is that it is never too late. It was not too late for Joanna, even though she has moved on to another life or the afterlife. Don't want to give too much away, but it's a beautiful story, and it's got a little bit of everything. Hell hath no fury. That part of the story is alive and well. So BRB rating on this is definitely a read it. Okay, moving on. Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. I love Jodi Picoult. I have read most of the stuff that she has written over the years. Publication on this book, it's actually just come out. October 11th, 2016. So, oh my gosh, that's today. So it's out today. This book, definite BRB rating, is a read it. This is a very courageous attempt at understanding racism, and I don't know that most authors would have been able to pull it off. I think that someone like Picoult, with her history and the very sensitive, highly charged topics that she chooses to write about, is a natural in writing a book like this. A successful Black labor and delivery nurse comes face to face with a violent white supremacist. A horrible tragedy occurs on the nurse's watch, and she goes to trial. The nurse's name is Ruth. Ruth goes to trial for a crime that she did not commit. Enter the public defender, who gets a very heavy schooling in what racial fallout really means. And that role is played very well by somebody who really thinks of herself as non-racist, that she doesn't see color, that she's extremely progressive in her thinking. And what this book uncovers with this kind of every woman is that we all see color. We all, I don't want to say that we're all racist, but yes, we are, in ways that we're not fully in touch with in many cases. This book covers race, it covers racial equality as well as racial equity, and the difference between those two are clearly defined in the book in a really meaningful, impactful way. These themes are explored in vivid detail with a number of almost case studies or stories presented so that you can actually see these things play out in action. I think Picoult has outdone herself with this book. I think this is probably her best work to date. Now, I haven't read every single thing that she's put out. However, from what I've read, and I think I've read about a good 3/4 of her stuff, this is by far the best. And I'm saying that as somebody who is truly a fan. So again, pick this up. This is a very timely, very important topic. I think she does such amazing justice to this topic. And if you also at the end, there's an author's note. She gives the history on how she came to write this book and her personal feelings about it. And that's not to be missed. Don't skip over that part. That is a really important part of the story. If you can get this book into other people's hands, I highly recommend doing so. It is a phenomenal book. Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. And actually, that looks like it wraps up everything that I have currently read. So these are all the latest reviews that are on the website right now. What I'm reading now, we're going to go into that briefly. Paradigm Falls. I mentioned this the last time, so I'm not going to talk about it again, except to say that I'm still reading this book. I believe that I mentioned last month that this was one of those very long, slow, methodical, very deep reads. So this is one of those 10-page a day type of reads, if you understand what I'm saying about that. This is kind of like what I put into the category of, this is a Middlemarch type read, okay? So this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. I'm still reading it. I am very much enjoying it, and I will get to a review as soon as possible. Another book that I picked up, this one kind of just came across my queue, and I decided to read it. Cruising into Caregiving by Jennifer L. Fitzpatrick. For anyone whose life is touched by elder caregiving, so far, I'm about a third of the way through. I highly recommend this book. This is not my situation right now, but yet I had so many questions in my head, so many what if scenarios. And I also know people who are involved in a primary caregiving role for an elder. I was just curious. She is somebody she's actually a gerontologist with over 20 years experience. She pulls in 20 other professionals who weigh in on this topic, this very weighty and diverse topic. And she, so far, has done a really great job. It's not the kind of book that you would think it is. And I don't want to give too much away. I actually can't give too much away because I'm not done with it yet. But I really do believe that if you are touched by caregiving, if you are either a primary caregiver or secondary caregiver, or what she calls a tertiary caregiver, which is basically caregiver to the caregiver, I think you need to read a book like this. I think you need to read a book, if not this one, like this one. I think it's really important because there is a lot of information, and I don't think that this is the kind of thing that anybody would want to go into alone without any kind of support. And this book is an amazing resource so far, and it offers a lot of support. So, cruising into caregiving. I have just picked up, oh my God, I'm not even going to discuss it because I can't think of the author off the top of my head, but I am reading an amazing book. It's called Fractured, and it is so far a thrill ride. It's one of those books where you pick up and you're like, yes, and you just fly right through. But before I wrap up for today, I want to show you, this just came in the mail. I'm so excited. And this was not on my list to talk about today, but it came in the mail and I'm going to promo it. Okay, first of all, when I promo, I get nothing for it. And I just want to say that again as many times as I need to, because I know that that's a huge turnoff for some people. But I have been following, this book is called Eat Happy, Gluten-Free, Grain-Free, Low-Carb Recipes for a Joyful Life by Anna Vocino. AnnaVocino.com. If you have not checked her out, that's her website. Anna is, for those of you who don't know, she is an amazing voiceover artist, stand-up comedian, and podcaster who also runs a food blog. Can you believe it? She has found a way, and this is so, I love this because it's so unique. She's found a way to take all of these passions and just kind of melt them together. So her website, again, AnnaVocino.com, you're going to get all of these elements on her website. You can read all about her. I've been making her recipes for the past almost 2 years, and she has got some amazing stuff. She is fun. She is funny. She is engaging. She always responds to your comments, no matter where you leave them, whether it's on Snapchat or Instagram or her blog or Twitter. She gets back to people. She is extremely accessible, funny, and she's got some kick-ass recipes, people. She really does. So this is her cookbook. This is a labor of love. Her, you can read about her and hear the story behind how this cookbook came to be. It was a very long, arduous process, I believe, for her. So I'm super excited about this cookbook. I'm actually going to bring it to my mom because my mom is kind of clueless when it comes to gluten-free, and there's two people in my family, myself and one of my children, who are totally gluten-free. So this might actually help her out. But here are some of the great recipes inside. Zucchini pasta bolognese, skirt steak skewers. She's got an ultimate low-carb pizza crust made out of cauliflower, red cabbage and kale slaw, ginger pepper baby bok choy, broccoli with lemon cream sauce, eggplant parm casserole, tomato stew, Moroccan chicken stuffed acorn squash. I'm totally getting hungry. It's almost lunchtime. Tori's fried chicken legs, pork tenderloin medallions. These are just a small sampling of the recipes in here. They're all beautifully laid out, full color photos, very easy to navigate, very user-friendly cookbook. She's got some flaxseed pancakes, an avocado, salmon, and spinach salad. So everything is covered in this book, and I can't wait to sink in and start making some of these recipes. Actually, a lot of these recipes are available on her blog. You can go check out her blog and make some of her stuff. She's got a great recipe box right on the blog. And here is the cover one more time. So I just wanted to promo that. All right, that's going to be wrapping up for this time. I will see you guys next month, and going to have several great books to showcase next month. So take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.